Nice. Oh, I threw a jig in on a rock pile. Man, this place has kicked my butt the last 2 days. Look at that fish. Skinny. Nice and pulled out a jig. Haven't fished a jig in a long time. Oh, that felt good. I'm telling you guys, it has been a rough 2 days of fishing here in this public fishing area. This is Rocky Mountain PFA. And I've been able to find the fish, just haven't been able to figure out how to catch them. And it has driven me nuts. But I think I found a good concentration of them. I've gotten 3 bites, which is more than I've gotten all day. It's crazy because the fish they're shad shallow, really super shallow, and there's bass blowing up on them all over the lake, and just haven't been able to catch them. It's just driving me nuts. And so I finally just pulled out, and I'm sitting in about 17 feet of water right now, throwing up into about 12, and I've been throwing a lipless crankbait and kind of working it crazy and erratically down at 12 feet deep. And got a few bites, caught a little one. So set the cameras back up, and hopefully I can kind of show you guys what I'm doing, and I'll talk you through it. But yeah, it's been pretty interesting. Right now I'm dragging a jig. I always tried to drag something if I'm not getting bit very good on a crankbait or a moving bait. But so far, at least I know where they're at. Catching them is another story. All right, so basically what I'm doing is I've got a roadbed that runs the full length. Here, let me turn around and show you guys. There's a roadbed that runs from right over there all the way across the mouth of this cove, and it's a hard concrete roadbed. So what I'm doing is I'm letting this this lipless crankbait, it's a red-eye shad, sink all the way to the bottom, and then I'm trying to keep it as close to the bottom as I can, and I'm just literally just pulling and stopping, almost like I'm dragging a jig, but a little bit faster. And almost every time I get to the edge, or what I think is the edge of that roadbed, as I'm throwing perpendicular to it, I get bit, or I snag a fish, or I hit something. I've actually snagged 2 fish and brought up scales, but the only problem is they're not hitting it very hard. But they're not hitting a jig. They won't hit a drop shot. I haven't tried a Ned rig yet. I might try that next. Dummy me only has 1 spinning rod on the boat. But right now the only thing I've been able to get bit on is this lipless crankbait. Just pumping it and stopping it, pumping it and stopping it, pumping it and stopping it, and they'll hit it on the fall, but it's a very light bite, and I'm losing more than I'm catching. And it's painfully slow. And by doing it this way, I'm allowing that bait to get close to the bottom. It sinks all the way down the bottom, and then I pump it and let it fall, but I don't let it hit all the way on the bottom, at least most of the time. Sometimes it does hit. I can't do anything about that. But it seems like when I just keep it barely off the bottom and just pump it like this, that's when I get the bites. And I got to think to myself, slow down, because my automatic thought is to try to go fast and try to get it pumping, which is one of my favorite ways to catch them this time of the year. But when I do that, it gets it too far off the bottom, and these bass don't seem like they want to go very far to bite anything. So tough day of fishing is what it is. But basically what I'm in is it's a huge pocket. The shad will move in here in the spawn. Water temperature 72, 73 degrees. Had a huge rain yesterday. I fished all day yesterday in the rain, couldn't film, but didn't catch anything yesterday either. Sucked. All right, so I flipped the camera around. I'm gonna show you guys kind of what I'm doing. And like I said, it's a painfully slow way of fishing. But I'm casting out across that roadbed, and this could be across a point, it could be across just about any hard spot. I've got fairly soft bottom below me. Matter of fact, I got a fish right now below me anyway, but let it sink all the way to the bottom, and it takes a while. It's 16, 17 feet of water. Make sure I'm on the bottom. There we go. Now, when I start off on the bottom, and then it's just a pump, wind, pump, wind. You don't really want to get slack in the line unless you feel like you're too far off the bottom, and then you just stop, let it sink down to the bottom. Cool thing about a red eye shad is when it sinks on a somewhat a slack line, it flutters down, which is kind of what you want. You don't want one that nose dives, because then the line gets wrapped around the hooks. And I hooked into a big one first thing, and I think I snagged it, but golly, that was a good fish. Here's one. Didn't even feel the bite. I got it in the mouth, or do I have it snagged? Oh yeah, I got it in the mouth. Barely hooked too. I'm gonna get the net. Got it. Oh, look at this. Just as it jumped, I knew the crankbait was gonna come out of his mouth. I caught it in midair. Oh man, this is the biggest fish of the day so far. Look at that. Nice one. Nice one, nice one. Just barely hooked. They're not eating very big. Man, that's a nice fish. Hold on, let me hit my button so I mark where I caught it. Awesome. The information about this button will be down in the description. I'm not going to talk about it right now. But, good fish. Not a bad one. Man, sweet. I'm telling you, the level of concentration it takes to catch fish like this is unreal. You literally have to completely shut everything out. Mainly because the bite's really, really light. I didn't even feel that bite. I just pulled back and it just felt different, and I set the hook. You really have to pay attention when they're in a funky mood like this. But the cool thing is I'm getting bit, and I haven't been able to get a bite on anything else in any other way. Now, a few things that I might do is I'll change up the lipless crankbait. This is a 2-tap or a 2-tap red eye shad, and I might change to a regular red eye shad that has more rattles to give me a different sound. Change to a different crankbait like a Booyah 2-tap or something like that. Just change different sounds and change up while I'm fishing this school of fish, just to give me more opportunity, show them something a little bit different, but it's close to what they want. Man, I even tried an Alabama rig. It's been a rough day. Been a rough 2 days. But it's getting better. I tell you, let me give you guys a little bonus about fall fishing. This is a smaller lake. I don't know how many 100 acres it is, but it's not more than, I don't know, 500, 400 acre lake, but it's fairly small for around here. And it's got a few coves in it, and the shad will move back like they do on big lakes. The shad and the bait fish move back to the backs of the creeks as the fall progresses. Low 70-degree temperature, the fall, they start to move back. They get into the mouths of these creeks, and the bass and the mouths of these pockets, and the bass follow them. And that's pretty much what we've got going on right now. Hard-headed me sees them, schooling up in the shallows, and I automatically want to go up there and catch them because I think there's a bunch of fish. Couldn't find out it's only a few that were up there chasing those shallow shad. Why these bass haven't moved up there is beyond me, but they don't read the rule books. So it makes me, I just got hard-headed, so I spent a day and a half up shallow trying to catch them on everything: jerk baits, rip baits, flukes, everything, you name it, Alabama rigs. Couldn't catch them. So finally I pulled out deep. Got a little message from a buddy of mine's been catching them on a little flutter spoon. Jim Ware is his name, and he was catching them on a flutter spoon over here. I tried to replicate that over there and couldn't do it, and finally just gave up. I said, you know what, I'm gonna go where he was yesterday and look around and see if I can't find a school of fish to beat on. And sure enough, they're sitting right here. I'm not sure where he was catching them yesterday, somewhere close to this spot. But just a simple little scan around with my fish finder, found plenty of stuff. So all right, so I'm gonna tie on, see, this is a little 2-tap. I'm gonna tie on one that's got a different rattle. Let's see what happens. Same color, different sound. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna change angles on them. I've been throwing across the roadbed. I'm gonna sit on top of it and throw parallel to it. And do the same thing, and then I might go to the other side, a little bit shallower on the other side, and throw out deep and come across it. Changing angles to see if that works. Cool, that was a bite. Missed it. Yep. Didn't even feel it. Golly. Just a little tap, man. It's so important to have a good sensitive rod, but I changed angles on him. I was able to pick up one more. Man, he ate this one. It's a good one too. He ate it. Look at that fish. Nice. It feels, hold on, let me get the sun out of your face again. Goodness gracious, I tell you guys, it feels so good to just finally figure fish out. When it gets to be a struggle, literally I got to the point where I felt like I forgot how to catch fish. You gotta, well, for me, I have to do something that is foreign to me that I don't do very often, or just change something up, and usually it's either go really fast or really slow things way down. And this time, because of whatever, I decided to slow down, and that's when I started getting bit. So literally, when you guys are frustrated as I've been over the last few days, weeks, months, change up your game. Go to something slow and you'll figure out something, and you'll figure out how to catch them. The biggest thing is don't give up, and golly, it's been nuts, and this isn't a great day. It's just a better day than I've had in the past. So, but I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope you learned everything, learned how to do it when it's tough, how to catch them when it's tough, or another technique on a way to catch them when it's tough. Goodness gracious, I'm just excited to be able to get out here and catch some decent fish. Well, like I always say, be sure to introduce somebody to fishing. Introduce them to my channel. Let me help you teach them how to fish. More importantly, get out of the water, go ahead and catch some fish, and have a great day. We'll see you.